The rising cost of living and the expectation of a recession is putting a strain on families' budgets. But businesses are also nervous about the economy's potential for slowing down. This is true not just because of the increased costs associated with doing business, but also because when times are tough, consumers cut down on their spending, and banks and investors pull their money out of the market. As we know, the world has been transformed by Amazon as online shopping becomes the norm. Amazon, though, is now feeling the effects of the crisis. Even large retailers like Walmart and Target are also feeling the strain. As a result, these businesses are losing money. The economic crisis is worsening, with no end in sight. As a result, millions of Americans and their families are negatively impacted. Therefore, let's explore how bad things are and what you need to do to prepare for the looming clouds to rain down. Amazon, which had net losses in the first and second quarters totaling almost $6 billion, and their shares are down 38% from their peak in July of last year, is making extensive measures to slash expenditures, particularly the costs associated with its commercial real estate. They are canceling or shutting 44 facilities throughout the United States and have delayed the development of 6 office projects. In addition, it has been revealed that the company intends to relocate its customer care staff from 4 of its 5 U.S. contact centers to remote locations. As of May, it was known that the e-commerce giant would be releasing up to 30 million square feet of unused warehouse space that it had rented during the epidemic. It is renting the warehouses in question and plans to find other businesses to sublet a room in them. The commercial real estate market was hit hard, but the industrial sector was challenging. However, when it comes to the manufacturing sector, Amazon is unbeatable. In addition to closures, there have been mass layoffs. Amazon said earlier this month that hiring for all retail-related corporate positions would be freezing. Besides winding down its brick-and-mortar book and pop-up store operations and its Amazon Care telehealth services, Amazon has also announced the closure of all of its U.S.-based call centers, except for one. At the end of the March quarter, Amazon employed 1,608,000 employees, full-time and part-time combined, excluding contractors. However, Amazon reduced this figure by 99,000 by the end of the June quarter of this year, bringing the total number of employees down to 1,523,000. It is difficult to predict how many people may lose their jobs due to these shutdowns, but the figure is projected to be high. Nonetheless, Amazon was unprepared for the decline in e-commerce demand as inflation picked up steam in 2021 and 2022, putting pressure on consumers and commercial clients alike as prices jumped continuously. In addition, Amazon's bottom line was hit due to rising gasoline and labor costs caused by the COVID-19 outbreak and the conflict in Ukraine. On the other hand, Walmart is performing similarly, if not worse. Even though Walmart's sales increased during its first fiscal quarter, the company's profits dropped due to rising costs related to food and fuel prices, which ultimately led to a sluggish worldwide supply chain. During the early stages of the pandemic, Walmart benefited along with other mega stores as customers spent a lot of money on food and different needs, especially on the company's website. However, consumers are now returning to their pre-pandemic habits, such as cutting back on online shopping in favor of visiting physical stores. Along with this, Walmart and other retailers face difficulties due to supply chain bottlenecks and rising inflation. To put it another way, hundreds, even thousands of Walmart Inc. corporate staff are in line for dismissals. The company issued a profit warning that lowered its earnings outlook. Thus, this announcement follows closely on its heels. Walmart dropped its profit forecast for the quarter and the full year due to the company's exposure to the continuous inflation spike. And the company that is taking the most beating is FEDEX. FedEx is closing stores and corporate offices while putting off new employees in a cost-cutting campaign prompted by a downturn in its global package transportation business. The company is going to stop using some of its planes and cut back on Sunday deliveries. In addition, it expects to freeze recruiting until the global economic uncertainty subsides, and it plans to liquidate over 100 retail sites. FedEx, under its size and the nature of its operations, such as the transportation of products, is in a prime position to provide us with specific details about inventory moves and business activity. While it allows for a good read for two critical parts of the economy, it also helps as a strong indicator of what might be coming in the future. FedEx's earnings fell similarly during the last three recessions in 2020, 2009, and 2001. All three of these giants' bad situations have three things in common. The first is that the economic downturn is harming their situation. This leads us to the second thing. They were shutting down the shutters. Since people cannot invest freely during a recession, some projects and locations must be shelved. This leads us to our third and final central point. You, the employee who works alongside these titans. When the shutters come down, these employees will be out of work. So, what should you do now that inflation is through the roof, the economy is about to enter a recession, and joblessness looms over you? The priority for everyone with a credit card is to pay off their bills as quickly as possible, especially when a recession is looming and interest rates are fastly increasing. To put it simply, you should prioritize paying off any debt that you have that has a high interest rate. Not only will it help you prepare if you lose your position, but it will also help you with the speeds, which are also projected to rise in reaction to Federal Reserve rate hikes. One way to pay off the debt is to get a low-interest personal loan or sign up for a balance transfer credit card. In addition, you can get out of debt quicker if you transfer high-interest debt to a credit card with a 0% rate. The next step is to begin evaluating where financial savings can be made. Plan for the worst case and the best case scenarios in your budget. Next, you should put more money into an emergency fund. Most financial experts recommend that you should have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. However, that could be worth revisiting depending on your specific circumstances. For instance, in this environment, it may make sense to have more than 6 months, especially if you believe you may have a future employment problem. Again, however, it's crucial to avoid becoming overwhelmed by the likelihood of achieving this objective. The next step is to think about possibilities on the road, such as selling products on Amazon. Amazon is laying off workers, but it doesn't mean it's abandoning its marketplace. Even though fewer individuals can afford to shop from Amazon right now due to the economic downturn, there are necessities that you always have to purchase and target them, or sell in a market other than the US that is not touched by the inflationary fire. However, it doesn't matter what situation the economy is in. Diversifying your income sources and expanding your horizons will always benefit you. The best method to save money and be ready for the unexpected is to keep a budget, make frequent adjustments, save up an emergency fund, and look for opportunities to improve your life, improve your financial situation, and advance in your profession by maintaining a savings account and a steady work schedule. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to this channel, click the like button. You can also keep up with my most recent videos. See you in the next one.